Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Wavvy, and welcome to my second tutorial on the channel. Today we're going to be making a Juice Wrld Iann Dior type beat from scratch. I don't really have like a specific way that I'm going with this. I'm just gonna go with the flow and see what I come up with. But before I get started, let me just plug myself real quick. So this is my main channel. I post all my beats on here. So go ahead and subscribe. I'm almost at 550, so if you can get me there, that's pretty cool. Also follow me on Instagram. I post stories a lot. I don't post on here as much, but you can DM me. I always DM back, so make sure to go in there as well. And artists, check out my beat store, and producers. All my beats are buy one get two free right now, so go ahead and get that. It's a good deal. And producers, go ahead and cop my melody kit. I have a drum kit, a hi-hat MIDI kit, and the household loop kit, because there's 100 loops in this and it's pretty fire. I'll play a snippet real quick for you guys. So yeah, it's pretty fire. That's pretty much it though. Let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is setting the tempo to around 170, like 171-ish, because that's just like a good tempo for like upbeat melodic beats. And I'm going to be opening up Keyscape. Alright, so once I'm in Keyscape, I'm just going to go into a grand piano, and there are tons of free versions or free alternatives for, Keyscape. This is just what I use. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is pull up a E minor, or well, it doesn't really matter what note, but just a minor scale. I pick minor because it's more sad, and just put it on a sampler track so you can see it in the back of whenever you're playing notes. And if you can't see these, just go to this little arrow right here and then go to helpers and then ghost channels. Then you just want to do a simple chord progression. So once you have the normal, just like the root notes first, then you can put chords on top of it, like this. So if you didn't get what I did, I just went through the white notes and I skipped every one. So it's this one, skip this white note and go to this one. Skip this white note and go to this one. So it's every two. Now, even though that may sound good to you, it's very basic. So one thing you can do to make it a little bit more complex is taking these first and third chords and just shortening them like this, and then bringing these over to where those end, and then just connecting them like that. And to do that, I just held Control so you can select these, and then just took one and just shortened them. And you can do that with this, like that too. And yeah, so now it sounds like this. Hold Control and then click this, and then if you have the left and right buttons on your mouse, use the bottom one and select all of the root notes like that, and then hold Shift and click on one of them, and then hold Control and then go down 2 spaces with your down arrow, and that just copy and pasted the root notes down to lower notes. So now it sounds more full, as you'll be able to hear this. And now another thing to make your chords more complex is to bring, like this one is D6, you can bring that down to D5 just so it sounds more normal, and you can bring some of the other ones up, or like you can bring these ones down like that. I'll hear how that sounds. So yeah, you can play around with just one of the notes and the octave that you put it on. You can like put it up or down, doesn't really matter, because once you have those root notes down here, it'll still sound like the chord. So now the next thing you want to do is you want to put some top notes on, just some simple ones, because you're going to be adding some other counter melodies, but just to make this sound more full again. Alright, so once you have just like a simple melody that follows the ghost notes behind it, you can just copy and paste that with Control B onto the next 4 bars, and you can double click with your right mouse button on the sampler channel, and then hold Control A and just drag these over to 8 bars as well, so you can get it along the full thing. And then you're just gonna be adding some more top notes on the second part, so it doesn't sound the same. And I'll do that right now for you guys. And that's pretty much it for the piano melody. Now the last 2 things you have to do is go ahead and click Alt R, and that will randomize the velocities to make it sound more realistic. And then also do Alt S, and that's a little bit too much, but it'll strum the chord so they don't all play at the same time. So you can also do Control B again and then just get rid of the top notes completely. If you wanted to do that, you can do that as well. So it sounds like this. And you can use that for like a verse or something. So I'm gonna keep that. And now the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just place this down onto the playlist or whatever you want to call this, and put this on a mixer track. And then make sure this is checked onto song, and you can go to the mixer, and where it says insert 1, which is what you put it on, click this little thing at the bottom called arm disc recording, and then go to this mixer options, disc recording, and render to wave files. So now you have the this, which doesn't take up as much CPU as if you were using the actual plugin. So if you wanted to, you can clone a sampler channel and just copy and paste the MIDI, and then get rid of keyscape altogether. And the next thing you can do is you can start putting some counter melodies on it. So one that I like to do is put a Rhodes piano behind it, just with the chords. So go ahead and find the just normal Rhodes piano. So once you have that, the next thing you can do is add a bell or an arp if you want, which is what I'm gonna do right now. Alright, so another thing I just did is I added halftime to the ARP because it was a little high and it was a little too crowded, so I added an ARP or a halftime, and it sounds kind of good now. And yeah, with everything else it sounds like this. So yeah, now the next thing you can do is structure it out. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. Alright, and another thing I just did is I added some gross beat to the ARP, or not the ARP, the Rhodes piano. I just added a little gross beat pattern and it sounds like this now. And yeah, that sounds pretty good. So now I'm going to start adding drums. So I'm just going to go to this pattern and start making the drums. And the drums are the easy part now that the melody's done. And the melody is kind of complex, so we're just gonna do really simple drums for this. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do with the melodies is actually cut out the low end so the 808 can sound good together with it. So to do that, all I'm going to be doing is adding an EQ and just cutting out the low ends of the melodies. Now that I added the kicks, the beat is not clipping, so the only thing I put on my master all the time is just a soft clipper, and that's it. That's all you need. So do that, and the beat won't clip. So yeah, so far all I've added is a clap, hi-hat, 808 kick, and some open hats, and I'm gonna add some percussion. Now I'm going to add some hi-hat rolls and the beat will be done.
Wavvy going crazy.
And yeah, that's pretty much it for the drums. So now I'm gonna structure it and we'll be done with the beat. Alright, and also just a tip, if you have everything in one pattern like this, you just right click pattern 5 or whatever you're on and click split by channel. And then you can just delete all these and go over to this thing, click one of them and then hold shift and then click the last one and then just drag them in like that. And then you can just make all of these, the rest of these 8 bars. And yeah, and then that's it. You can just play that and it's done. So Now I'm gonna structure it out for you guys.
Wavvy gon' make that shit bang.
Everything I said to you was the truth. I'll never stop, I'm going up, I'll lose. Every lie that you told me wasn't you. I hope it wasn't you, I hope it wasn't you. Everything you done to me was reckless. Took you out my bag, yeah, I marked you off my checklist. Too bad you would've thought, now I'm going, I'm selfish. Your heart is mine, yeah, I wear it like a necklace. I got all these girls, I don't need them, I want her. She said I'm a loser, how I fall, now I'm hurt. Pick myself up, I'm so down but alert. Always gonna be you, cause your love was my first. Now I'm going in, please don't let me go.
Yeah, now the very last thing we have to do, it's the second step really. The second to last thing is you add the automation clips that you need. So the first one I'm going to be putting in is a master volume automation clip, just so I can have the beat go down in volume at the very end of the beat. So we're going to take this one and just drag it down. So now it fades out. And the next thing we're going to do is do an EQ automation clip. So the bass notes for the piano actually play when there's not an 808. So we're just going to put those in where the 808 isn't. So I don't really need an automation clip for these, for the ARP, because every time that it's playing, the 808 is also playing. So I'm just going to do the last thing I need, which is to add my tag and maybe some risers. So yeah guys, that's pretty much the end of the tutorial. One last thing before I go. All of these drums are available in the Wavvy Essentials drum kit. Alright, it's $10, I think. Yeah, $10. Go and get it. It's a must buy if you want to make these kind of beats. Like, I have all the essential sounds in there that you need, including this original riser that I made and this swoosh riser that is, you know, a lot of people use it. I have it in that kit. So if you want all those sounds are in the drum kit, so go and buy that right now. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and peace out, guys.
Everything you done to me was reckless. Took you out my bag, yeah, I marked you off my checklist. Too bad you would've thought, now I'm going, I'm selfish. Your heart is mine, yeah, I wear it like a necklace. I got all these girls, I don't need them, I want her. She said I'm a loser, how I fall, now I'm hurt. Pick myself up, I'm so down but alert. Always gonna be you, cause you're